Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach Marcus, and thank you, Miriam, as well. I'm your host for the evening, Will Zanders, and let's dive into this training. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're going to get a double shot of momentum. All right, we're going to be talking about proven recruiting strategies, and we're going to be talking about the exact launch strategy, which you can copy word for word if you want, for our new product, which is coming out on the GoDasana side. And at the end, I'm going to have an announcement on a new product that's coming out on the HBN side. So this is amazing for the Green Organics family of companies. And this is going to be a very big month for a lot of people. Put a one in the chat if you've already seen some increases in your commissions based on how far you are into the month. Put a one in the chat if you're further along in commissions this month than you were last month. And everybody should know, because in your back office, you have a section that shows you total commissions for the month, total commissions for this month, and as far as your lifetime commissions as well. So good. I'm glad that everybody's seeing more money, and I am not surprised. We predicted this 2 months ago, did we not? We told you it was going to happen just like this. So congratulations to everybody who's working the system, working the plan, and moving forward. But the best is yet to come. Y'all have seen nothing yet, okay? So let's knock out a quick business opportunity strategy coaching session. And it's really about showing more plans. All right. I hate to break it to you. It's about showing more plans. If you're just not a compensation plan person, and for some reason it's not clicking with you that you can show the plan, we're going to be showing you a method in a few minutes that's all about product and getting the product into the marketplace. All right. But while we're talking about the plan, let me ask, how many people have noticed that more invitations equal more exposures, which is showing the plan, equals more signups? How many people have noticed that when you show the plan more, you not only get better as a presenter and as a network marketing professional, but you get more signups? You ever notice that? You get more signups when you show, yeah, funny how that works, right? When you do the work, you actually get the reward. That's kind of how that works. So you have certain things that we know works, and I'm going to give you it's a numbers game. Thank you, Jess. It's just a numbers game. But let me tell you, Karen's been showing a plan. Good stuff, Karen. Yeah, and your confidence builds. Thank you, Isaac. And so two things we'll mention is that when you're confident, you get more sales, but you get more recruits, because when people talk to you and you show the plan, what ends up happening is they're not buying the product. I mean, they technically will buy a product, but they're not buying the product. They've never used it before. They don't know if it works. They are not buying the pay plan. You just taught it to them. They know it, but they've never made any money. So they're buying a business, but they're not buying the business. They're not buying the product. They're buying your confidence in what you're doing. They're buying, thank you, Richard. They're buying their belief in you. So when you have the skills, when you've gone through the numbers and you get better and better every time, even I get better. I made some mistakes a presentation or two ago, and I was like, man, that's a crazy mistake to make. Nobody noticed it. People signed up, but I noticed it. And I said, okay, I need to do that different moving forward. So you're never too old in this industry to get better. No one knows it all, and nobody's perfect outside of Jesus. So, we got to keep pushing. Let me give you it. So be confident. That will help you a lot. Okay. Second thing I'll tell you is that when you get a new rep, the one thing you should make sure you do as part of your onboarding, and I recommend doing this first, is making sure that they get their first cut, their first order, their first retail order. It can be a recruit, but typically it's going to get a retail order. Get their first retail order within 24 to 48 hours. 72 hours is the absolute maximum, okay? And I'm gonna ask you two words. What are the 2 words you gotta know if you wanna help your rep get that order quick? Thank you, Jessica Hill. Hot market. I'm not gonna teach the hot market tonight. Everybody should know it. We'll be teaching it in Nashville. Thank you, Linda. But the hot market. If you know hot market like the back of your hand, and you should, when you sign up a new rep, you're going to get to all the other good stuff. But right out the gate, let's get them an order, please, and help them do hot market. That can be learned and executed in 30 minutes or less. How many people have ever used the hot market system and made money in 30 minutes or less? Put a dollar sign in the chat. If you've used the hot market system at any period in your career, the way we teach it, and in 30 minutes or less, you've made money, put that in the chat, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, the fact that I'm seeing dozens and dozens of people saying, yes, me, I mean, you gotta understand you wanna give that same amazing experience to your new rep. You might not get 17 orders in an hour like Coach Tina or 27 orders in an hour like Marcellus Mack. I've never even got 17 orders in an hour. I think I got like 10, 15 maybe. But my point is, that was when we just started it. So I had to get my wins in early. Once we started teaching that and people really understood it, they started blowing our records out the water. I'm glad I won the contest when I did, because it is hard to win now. Why? Because those individuals are really understanding the value of that system. And when you teach it, Jessica won in Vegas, good deal. You got your champ ring, I hope, because if you've won that contest before, bring your rings or your belts to Nashville, because we doing it, okay? If you're a diamond or you plan on being a diamond, bring your ring or get your ring there. We are going to be doing a lot of recognition in Nashville. All right, but that being said, that's something you should do to 100% help your new rep get a quick win early. And no matter what happens after that, no matter who says it's a pyramid scheme or a scam, it'll bounce right off them like bullets. They'll bounce off. Why? Because they know it's not a pyramid scheme or a scam. They've already made money before their products even came to the house. And once their product shows up in that shiny box, you know it's a win. You know it's a win, and their belief's going to go from here to here. The confidence is going to go from here to here, and that gives them a lot better opportunity to win. Okay, put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense about getting your new members off to a good start very quickly. It is so important because you want to buy them some time to learn and get good at this. And even if it takes a week to memorize the plan, you want to buy them a couple of weeks worth of time. And the best way to do that is making them some money early. And our company does it better than any other company in the industry. And I will stand on that. We are very, very good at that as a unit. Okay. Now, everybody understands the 3x12 and the money works because you've been showing the plan. But even if you just took it down 6 levels, let's just do some quick math. If you took it down from 3 to 9, 27, 81, okay, that's 4, 243, 729. Let's do one more at 2,187. That's a team of, I don't know, about 3,000 some people, which is a very, very small team. To put that in perspective, our team in HBN is over 100,000 people. I know Coach Marcus' team is over 100,000 people. I just want to give you a glimpse of how this works. This is a very small pay plan as far as 3,000 people. This is very doable, very, very doable, okay? Now, understand if those people are at 50 BV, I'm gonna just give you the math, it would be 3,279 people times 50 BV. That is gonna equal 163,950. Now, once you get that amount of volume, 163,950 in volume, what's your next step in calculating your matrix check? What's your next step? You need to do what? Once you got the volume amount, what is your next step to calculate your matrix check? Thank you. Shauna Jackson nailed it, okay? 6%. You multiply it times 0.06 or 6%. All right, everybody got it. I love that. That means that y'all are pay plan professors. Most network marketers do not even know how to calculate their check, but y'all do, and this is important. So that check that month, if you do that math, 163,000 times 950, that check is going to be $9,837. Thank you, Isaac. Nailed it. Isaac's a diamond. He knows. Nails it. So you know that doesn't include your fast start. That doesn't include your check match. That doesn't include your SAT bonuses. That doesn't include the additional retail that you get from rank advancement. It doesn't include the additional check match that you get from rank advancement. So you're over $10,000 a month with a team with just 3,000 people. That's just one way that we get paid. So just understand, it is very, very powerful and very simple to create a $10,000 a month income with just 7 levels of our pay plan and a little over 3,000 reps, which is very, very doable. You do not have to build a massive team with that. And once you make that type of money, you can just screenshot that and recruiting becomes way easier. You got to tell people the truth. Listen, I work hard. You might not work hard. We make money because we work hard. You might not work hard, so you might not make any money if you join. But if you do, I will show you the step-by-step blueprint that I use to make $10,000 a month in a certain amount of time. And there's typically, you know what they say? Okay, how do I join? That was the whole presentation. So as much as you love showing the plan right now, I can tell you, once you're at $10,000 a month, Lord forbid 20, 30, 40, 50,000, I can tell you personally, you don't have to show a plan after that. I do it because it's fun and it's duplicatable because that's what they're going to have to do to get to that amount of money. But if I was tired or lazy, I could just screenshot it. This is what I make. Do you want to get started? It's $59. No, cool. Next. You change your mind? I figured you would. And that's that. So it's easier for you after you make it. So that's what I said in the chat earlier. Please, please get the hard part over with so you can get the results that matter. And then the results will speak for you way into the future. You don't have to do it this way forever, but you do have to do it this way for a time. And the more exposures you do, the more times you show the plan, the more product you get into the marketplace, it is so much easier after that. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it, all right? Marcus can tell you that. We don't have to work this hard, but we really like what we do, so we keep doing it, and it's very helpful for y'all. And even if people are at 10 BV, I don't even like talking about 10 BV, but I know some people just, they're homeless and they live under a rock and they got a little cardboard cutout that they live in, and all they can do is do the 10 BV at $12.95, less than a $20 bill, less than a $20 bill a month. I know. If they built an organization 7 levels deep, that would still get them about $2,500 a month. Do y'all know that $2,500 a month is more than the average mortgage or rent in America? How many people know that? How many people know that if somebody's making $2,500 a month, they're making more than the average rent or mortgage in America? If you built a business at 10 BV, and the only people I be letting get away with this are our international team members, because they really are spending the same amount of money we are at 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, but because of the foreign exchange rate, it costs them more. So yes, I will take it easy on our international team members. But if you in the continental United States, I am showing zero mercy on you jokers, because y'all got it easy. Y'all got it easy, okay? So my point is, if you build the business at the 10 BV, you're still getting the $2,500 a month, because it's gonna be almost $2,000 when you add all the other stuff in there. It'll end up being, oh, Francine, you'll be fine. I know you'll be fine. We're not even worried about it. I wish everybody in the U.S. had the same work effort as our team members in other countries. That's just me just looking at our teams and saying they're doing good, but y'all don't know how good y'all have it. Travel to some other countries and go meet those team members, and you'll come back here recharged and energized and grateful. And you won't take no work that you do for granted ever again. Never again would you do that. But y'all haven't been there, so you don't know. But I'm telling you, right? You got something good here, folks. You got something good here. All right. So at the 10 BV, they'll be making about $1,900 a month. But when you add the fast start, you add the check match, you add the retail, it'll be about $2,500 a month. That's a free house for most people. That's a free house. That's a free house at 10 BV. Okay, just letting y'all know. So the new products are going to be dropping. I'm going to give y'all dates now. This Friday, August the 15th. August the 15th, the new products are going to be dropping. And I'm going to tell you, multiple exposures per day is going to be key for a lot of people. Yeah, the 10 BV reps don't qualify for the 6%. They qualify for the 3%. My bad, coach. My bad. So it'll be less than that. Yeah, about half that. My bad. I'll be forgetting. Oh, 3%. My bad, about $1,000. My bad. Thank you, Jess. I'm sorry. I was saying over 2,000. It's actually half that. So it'll probably be about 1,250. It'll be about 12, which is still, good stuff right there. But the real money is at 50 BV, which is why we talk about it. But even $1,200 for most people, especially with that 10 BV order, that's huge. It's huge. It's huge. Okay. Especially if you're overseas. It's huge. It's huge. That's a screenshot. Because if you're in Trinidad and you say, I got 1,200 a month US, that is the Trinidad dollars are 7 times that. So that's over $8,000 or $9,000 in Trinidad money. That's dang near you a $10,000 a month earner in Trinidad with that. It's magical. It's absolutely magical. Okay. Yeah, $1,600. Perfect. Thank you, coach. Appreciate that. Thank you for, see, ladies and gentlemen, I make mistakes. You can still do this stuff and not be perfect. You can make mistakes too and still be great at this business. I'm glad that happened. Thank you, Coach Marcus, for fixing it, because I made a mistake. All right, next. So this is the way that it goes for people who are going to build their business. I get a lot of questions about this. For people who want to build this business and launch these new products purely on social media. I'm going to give you some numbers, and these are just what they are. My numbers are different because I'm an in-person person, so I can do less exposures because I'm seeing people at a higher level of communication because it's me talking to them and showing the plan in person. If you're going to do it online, I'm going to give you the numbers. If you want to make really good part-time money, you have to do at least 5 exposures via social media a day. Like at least 5 people on social media have to say, send me information about the products or the pay plan. If you want to make part-time money, if you get in, again, that's 5 people who want information, who actually are going to watch and consume the information. That's not 5 invitations. You might have to do 10 or 20 invitations, but 5 exposures are going to be what you need to do for any launch period. If you want good part-time money, whatever that is, 1,000, 2,000, right up in there. If you want to make full-time money, like replace your job income, you have to be at least 10,000 exposures a day. This is why the people who do tons of social media, with very few exceptions, Coach Marcus, Coach Kim, Coach Tina, they're exceptions to the rule. But think about who they are as people. They already made tons of money before they ever got to Green Organics. You got to really think about how much hard work they've already done the hard part years ago, so they can leverage now. If you're new and you're thinking, oh, well, all they do is post on social media and go live every day, I'm gonna just do that. No, I didn't say 10,000. No, not 10,000. I hope not. No, I don't think it'll take 10,000. I'm not mad. If you think that's what it takes, Jessica, do that. Facebook will block you at some point for exposing too much, but like too many invites. But I'm not mad at that. I think Facebook is like 40 a day is the most you can do. But no, not 10,000. I'll go through the numbers again. Don't worry. I'm just trying to make a point. But for people who are watching that and saying, oh, I'm going to just do social media and I'm going to do it, thank you. Coach Marcus and Coach Tina, Alyssa, people like that have already built social proof and they've developed these networks over time. So they're coming into this with a different level of skill, different level of confidence, different level of results, okay? So I'm not saying you can't do it all on social media. You can do it all on social media. But you gotta realize you gotta do a lot more because your network is not like warm to you like theirs is. And they got way bigger groups and networks that they access, okay? With a lot more respect over time. So if you wanna make part-time money in network marketing using just social media, you're going to need to get about 5 exposures a day, at least 5 days a week. I'm just letting you know that's 25 exposures a week. That's 100 exposures a month. And that is people who either watch the video or watch the plan or look at the product video or talk to you or get on the Zoom or they gotta do something. Otherwise, it don't count. So you might have to do 10 or 20 or 30 invitations a day to get 5 exposures. You might have to do that. We always gonna tell you what it really takes. And for the people who say, no, I'm gonna do social media and I don't have to do those numbers, you always know them because they're never at the income level you think they should be at. You go, oh my gosh, so-and-so got ranked. So-and-so, why they ain't passed that amount of money? Like something wrong. Why? You can think this to yourself. You have to call nobody out. This is at every network marketing company, but it happens here too. People who try to shortcut it or do it at a way that's just easy for them, you'll always notice it. The results are always not what they don't match the skill level of the person. And that happens at companies all the time. Then you got people like me who may not have a lot of skills when I first started, but I had a lot of tenacity. I had a lot of hunger, a lot of, if once I figured out that if I talk to you in person, you're more likely to sign up than if I call you. And if I call you, you're more likely to sign up than if I message you. Once I figured out that my best likelihood was signing up a new rep who was going to sign up, was talking to a human, I'm talking to humans. If it's ever hurricaning or raining or I can't go or I'm just so broke that I can't travel because I burnt up all my gas going to see people, guess what? Then I will do social media and different types of marketing. And I'm just telling you how I was back then. All right. Nowadays, I do it all on purpose. I like to go get it. All right. But that's what it takes. It takes 5 exposures a day. If you want to make part-time money, write that down, underline it. And if you're not getting 5 exposures a day, do not be surprised when you're not making $2,500 a month in 90 days or 60 days. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised because that's actually what it really takes. Okay. Now, next up, if you want to make full-time money, this is only for the people who want to retire from their jobs. If you want to make full-time money, and that's like 60, 75, 80, 90,000 a year, I can tell you it is going to take 10 exposures a day, 5 days a week. Not an exaggeration. That's what it really takes. I know you don't want to hear it, but if you're not showing the plan, or you're not showing a video, or you're not inviting to a Zoom that they actually get on, it doesn't count as an exposure. An exposure only counts when they consume the information. They can say no. I didn't say you had to get 5 signups today. It can be 0 for a couple days, but it won't be 0 signups forever. I promise you that, because of the law of averages. So if you want to retire from your job and you want to make full-time income, it's going to take, and this is all social media people, this is going to take 10 exposures a day. LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, however you want to do it. Okay, that's an exposure. All right, Jess says opting into the website. That kind of counts because they watched the video, but until you communicate with them in some capacity, it does, because they, you know what? I take that back, Jess. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. They already watched the video and they opted in. Let me know. Did they already watch the video and they opted in? Then yes, exposure. Why is that? Because that person has consumed the information, and after they've watched the video, they made a decision to put their information in the system and take a free tour account. Once they take a free tour account, you can clock that as an exposure because they got all the information they needed and they did sign up. However, to turn that exposure into a conversion, into a rep, after that, there's going to be either another tool on how to buy a product, or you're going to have to reach out and talk to them and say, hey, you're in, let's talk about getting started off right. Okay, so yeah, Jessica, you got it. Good, great question, by the way. But yes, as long as they consume the information, and as long as they not only consume the information, if they opted in, that's an exposure. If you're doing just social media and they consume the information and they don't opt in and say, I don't want nothing to do with it, that's okay. That's still an exposure. It's still an exposure, all right? 10 exposures a day, even though the majority of them will not join, that's okay. As long as it's an exposure, 10 a day, 5 days a week, 60 to 90 days, you will have the proper foundation for full-time income. And I'm telling you, it is probably going to be at that anywhere from 6,500 to 8,000 a month, somewhere, 6,500, somewhere up in there, 5 to 6 grand a month, maybe 7, somewhere up in there. Now, if you want to go to the top of the pay plan, and this is going to be for people that are doing all social media, no in-person conversations unless it's on the phone just to get somebody started after they saw the video. But if you want to go to the top of the pay plan, and I mean 6 figures a year minimum, 100,000, 200, 300, 400, 500,000 and up, big money, it is 20 exposures a day, 5 days a week. You can try to cheat that work. You can try to escape that work. You can try to shortcut that work. But until you showing the plan 20 times a day or sending a video that people actually watch, so they got exposed, they consume the information, that is how you know the right people are going to say yes. But unless you're doing 20 of those a day, 5 days a week, in my personal experience, and in all the top earners I've ever worked with or interviewed with or been on cruises with, and we're playing cards like on the casino part of the boat, and we talking about strategies, it's always the same thing. Short amount of time, huge burst, 20 exposures a day. And it's going to be easier for people like a Coach Marcus or myself, or a coach who's already put in the work years and years and years ago. But even if you haven't, you can still do that. And I will stand on that 100%. Maybe one day I'll just do it again, just to show that it works, like I do with webs and emails and leads. Maybe I'll just do all social media building strategy, one 90-day period, and do 20 exposures a day and just start fresh with that and show you that it works. Because some of y'all just, it's not clicking because you don't want it to click, because you know that's going to be a lot of work. But again, at the end of the day, you don't have to do it forever. And it's going to be very, 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 very impactful for you financially. Just ask Coach Marcus. Coach Marcus has built his business 95% on social media for the last 6 years, and he's made over $1 million, and he has rarely left his home. I can tell you, rarely. Just doesn't need to. You can do it, but you have to be just as consistent, okay, with your posting and your messaging and your following up and things of that nature. But that's what it really takes. I never want you to think, oh, well, Coach Will, he talks to maybe 4 or 5 people a day in person. I'm talking to 4 or 5 people a day online. I can get the same results, right? Absolutely not. Because if I talk to 4 or 5 people in person, that is 80 to 90, sometimes 100% of them are signing up at 50 to 100 BV because I'm there. So that's the reality. They're not in person and offline. Offline and online is not the same. They can both work, but because online is just less effort, you have to do more exposures. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. You don't have to be comfortable with it. You don't even have to do it, but please put a 1 in the chat if the amount of work you have to do makes sense. I just don't ever want to lie to nobody. I don't want nobody ever deceived. Every time I see a company put some stuff out that way and say, oh, you could just sign up with us and you'll make 2,000 a month with no meetings, no presentations, no selling, no product, no recruit. I want to throw up in my mouth because I know it'll never work like that for those people. Never has, never will. Just won't. Just won't. Okay. All right. Let's get some fun stuff. Let's get some fun stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a new product coming out. How many people are excited about the new Go-Go Sticks product we have coming out? The new Go-Go Sticks product, the weight loss inhaler, the frankincense confidence inhaler. You can literally inhale and become more confident. Paula made a great post about sesquiterpenes, the molecules and essential oils that go in through the nasal cavity, through the limbic system, and interact directly with the brain, bypassing the blood-brain barrier and activating different parts of your brain. Is phenomenal. I've been doing a lot of research on those, getting ready for upcoming product training. And for example, if you have the mood, there's one called Mood Boost, and you just take it and you inhale it. Oof, 2 nostrils, boom, 2 seconds, 1 second each nostril. You are wired. Mood Boost, okay, will activate the part of your brain that governs the happy hormones and the happy chemicals, and you will literally be in a better mood 2 to 3 seconds after inhaling it. It hits your brain immediately, and you automatically feel better. It's absolutely phenomenal. There's another one, I think the name of it is going to be Chill Mode, where if you really, really anxious, it's social anxiety, it's a lot of people, you just need to relax, there's too much going on. You can go to the bathroom, you can go to the car, you can inhale right there, boom, boom. You can do it publicly, and people ask you, hey, what is that? Right? What is that? You can be all out at the gym. You are going to literally relax right then and be less bothered. I think they should call it unbothered, but I think the name of it is going to be Chill Mode. I think that's awesome. And so there's 10 ones coming out, and each of them do a different thing, from allergies to sinus to relaxation to more energy to more focus and even to weight loss. There's one that's going to activate the part of your brain that tells you you're already full. How crazy is that? Alexandria's technology and the way she works with science is so amazing. One of them is called, there's one for migraines too, but the one that I know will be the best seller by far, it's going to be called Craving Crusher. Comes out this Friday, 8/15, comes out this Friday. Okay, it won't be available with MRP points. I know some people message me that every day. I'm sorry, it will not be available with MRP points. Not yet. One day. And when you use Cravings Crusher, it's going to immediately activate the part of your brain that tells you that you're full. Okay? Yeah, that's exactly what it does. Jessica, you got it. So that's really cool. I think that is going to be the one that sells the most because why wouldn't it? Also, Focus Fuel, I think is going to sell a lot as well because it gives you a huge burst of energy and focus. It's like a coffee substitute or something you can use at the gym before you work out. I think it's amazing. They're going to be $12.95 a piece, which is a great price. They last about a month, depending on how much you use it. So you will end up $12.95 in 10 BV, which is absolutely crazy. I think they're going to have the singles. Greta, I do not know. I don't know. 12 and up. Marcus got my back. Thank you, Coach. Marcus knows 12 and up. 12 and up for that one. So they're going to be amazing. Yes, they're going to be. My next question. My next statement. There will be bundles. I know for sure there's going to be a 5-pack bestseller bundle, which is it's going to be $59.50 BV with the 5 bestsellers. I know the Cravings Crusher is going to be there. Focus Fuel is going to be there. I think the Confidence one is going to be there and some other stuff, but we'll see. But I know it's going to be amazing. Some of these are for daily use. You can use them every day. Some of them are for acute things like the allergy relief or the sinus soothe. That's for not everyday stuff. That is for seasonal things. So those will sell less, not because they're not amazing, but because you don't need one every day. So they'll last longer You don't even need to open it until you. So I would leave it closed until you need to open it. Keep them sealed up because once you open and start using it, them oils have about a 30 to 40 day expiration date, just because oils are going to evaporate with any air, even if you close it all the way up. Okay. So $12.95, 10 BV, absolutely amazing. I'm gonna have them every month. That's on my auto ship now for sure. It's gonna be for sure. Now let's talk about how to make money with these. We know they're gonna be fun. They're gonna be viral. They're gonna be on all the social media channels. They're gonna be on everybody's page, even mine. I'm gonna even be doing product posts. Will's doing a product post. Yeah, a couple times a year I do a product post. It'll be one of those. Okay. No, but it's gonna be on my stories all the time. Now here's the thing. Let me give you some tools that you can use to really, really blow this up. And I tell you what, Coach Marcus, don't be mad. Let's do this one more time. Kill out recording, start it one more time. This will be a launch training just for the new products. It's going to be easier on YouTube for organizational purposes, y'all. Just trust me. Just trust me. Okay.